Me which chapter, which sloka? Seventh chapter, fifth chapter. Okay. In the seventh shloka, we have, I think, already seen Yoga Yukta. So please repeat this shloka after me. Yoga Yukto Vishuddhatma. One second. Vijitatma Jitendriyah. सर्वभूतात्मभूतात्मा कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते. So what was the explanation given for Yoga Yuktaha? It would not be there in those books. That's why I did not ask what is the meaning of it. I said, what was the explanation given? Arey wah. Like when you talk to your children, when you ask question, I say, look at me when I'm talking to you. Everybody is like, nobody remembers. The one who is immersed in prayer. Okay, that may be the explanation given in the book there. Oh, okay, even better. Come on, guys, give me some encouragement to move forward. My friend is up there. Yoga Yuktaha is, understand the word yoga. Yoga means to reunite. And in the process of reuniting oneself to the core of one's own being, picking up one particular path is not sufficient, because we function and interact with the outside world through three different instruments. So karma, bhakti, jnana have to be applied at these three instrument levels. Karma at the physical level, bhakti at the emotional level, and jnana at the intellectual level. And then apply dhyana once we have acquired a certain amount of balance in the earlier three stated. Anything familiar? Vishuddhatma. Vishuddhatma, Atma. Now, Atma is already Shuddha, right? There is no impurity in Atma. Then why are they saying Vishuddhatma? Here, the word Atma can relate to various standpoints. I'll start from the grossest to the subtlest. When this creation was being created with the five elements, what are the five elements? I can see lot of video audio is not reaching. So if you can boost up and enhance the audio as well. Earth, okay. How many are the Pancha Pandavas? Five. Can you give their name in sequence? See, when you talk about brothers or siblings, you talk about them either in, usually it is from the oldest to the youngest. So who is the oldest one? Next, next, Nakul, then Sahadeva. Almost there. Similarly, these five elements, when they are mentioned, either you mention them in a sequence of grossest to the subtle or subtle to the grossest, not a hodgepodge in between. The grossest is Bhumi. Bhumi, earth. When I say earth, it is not this planet that we are talking about. Anything that which is solid in nature, which is across this entire creation, is considered as earth. That which has that solidity to it as a material, that is called earth. The next one is Apaha. Apaha, water, aqua. Bhumihi, Bhumi, Apa. Then comes fire. After fire is air. And finally, the space or ether. So that is the sequence. Grossest to the subtlest. Bhumirapo nalo nilo nabhaha. Bhumihi, apaha, nalaha, anilaha, and then nabhaha. Nabhaha, the space. So when these five elements from the unmanifest became manifest, do you understand the concept of unmanifest becoming manifest? The unmanifest becoming manifest, the concept behind that is, until I say what I say in the form of sound when it reaches you, that which was in my head processing became manifest. Until then it is unmanifest from your standpoint, right? But from my standpoint it is already manifest in my head. So one way to understand manifest and unmanifest. Another example that can be taken is, I'm trying to light a candle and then there was this wind, it blew it away. When I say wind blew it away, it is not a Bollywood scene wherein somebody is, in the last stages of their life and suddenly there is this diya and flickers and goes. No, it was just lit and the wind blew it away. What happened to that flame? Up until that wind blowing it away, it was there. When it blew it away, what happened to that flame? Whatever happened to that flame, that stage is called unmanifest. Nikshipta. Chup gaya hai. It is hidden. Therefore, unmanifest. Create right environment for it, it becomes manifest. As long as the children don't misbehave, Your frustration, agitation, and anger, where is it? Unmanifest. And the moment they do something which you have been telling them again and again for ages, what happens? That which is unmanifest becomes manifest. I think this example clicked. See, as the TV people look at their TRP, the ratings, I look at the rating of the eyes sparkling with understanding. Usually, earlier days, I used to suffocate myself because I was expecting 100% understanding, that glow in everybody's eyes. Now I settle anywhere between 60 to 70%. Manifest, unmanifest. So the unmanifest five elements, which are called Pancha Tattva, Pancha Mahatattva, when they became manifest, they became Pancha Mahabhutani, five elements, grossified. Now these five elements, within each one of them, they have three aspects again: Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. Of all these elements, the Sattvic aspect of it was taken to create the subtlest of the equipments, called the mind and intellect. So by default, how was our mind created? What does it mean? He created us as pure beings. So don't ever question, if it is this Lord who has created, why is there so much of atrocity? How can he justify himself creating such a pathetic? Do you know who you are calling pathetic there? Ourselves. How can he create such a pathetic creation? Because it seems very logical. Baba, but he has created the Antakarana with the most sattvic aspect of the elements. But in that container which is sattvic, what we carry in it? You have been given a nice golden bowl. Now in that, what you carry changes the whole equation, doesn't it? I'll bring it down to easy example. If somebody gifted you a purse, Prada or Louis Vuitton, Gucci, gifted it to you. So you did not buy it. So there is no sting of buying it. Usually, how expensive are they? The cheapest of them is about $1,000. So it's a mid-range. So somebody gifted it to you, and you carry it around. It's a pride. So Sunday you came to Balavihar. It was Shivaratri, and you had puja. After the puja, there was the Abhishek, what do you call it, that Charanamrit, Panchamrit. So that was given in a little, what do you call the lid, little container. You are given a banana, you are given whatever prasad that was there in between two paper plates, sandwiched. As you are getting into your car, you got a call from your client saying whatever was the release that was the previous day, it's all going haywire. And you sit in the car and you're trying to analyze the situation, and you are the project manager and you're trying to grab this fellow from there, that fellow from there. You have opened your whatever gadgets that you communicate with. And then the children have said, Papa, chalo. No, beta, 1 second. And you finally grab them all and say, guys, assemble yourself. I'm going to catch up with you in 10 minutes. So you take them to the nearest wherever food joint is. You put the kids there, give them food, and then you open up your all tops, like the dimag khola, laptop khola, and you're sitting there and you forgot that the little panchamritam that was given, a banana that was given, the prasada between the two plates that was given, it is left in that prada. And Sunday went by, Monday also came, you carried, and you had gone on an afternoon troubleshooting with the client for a coffee discussion meeting, and it went on for say 3-4 hours, and your little purse was in the car nicely toasting. As you come back into the car, you get an effervescence. How is the smell that greets you? Ew. What's that? Go ahead. No, prasada became prarabdha in the prada. So it is stench and all this, the panchamrita, like the lid opened up and it is smeared all across. It was banana. अब कुछ बनाने के लिए रहा नहीं. It is all like mushy, gooey stuff there, leaking and sticky. And then you also had 3 months, you've been thinking to clear up all that, bills and various things that were there. So they are all there. What do you do with that purse? That is what would have happened to our antakarana if it were not by default something that could have been taken out. Otherwise, we would have sold it on eBay, on Amazon. Never used, like fresh. कभी दिमाग खोला ही नहीं पेटी उसका. Here we don't have that option to sell it away. The basic nature of it is of the highest pure nature. Atma is Shuddha. Here Atma does not mean the self. Here the Atma is indicating towards the Antakarana. The Antakarana is of a pure order that is given. But in that Antakarana, what we end up carrying is garbage. It's a big baggage, but nothing but filth. That is why it is called vasana. We don't need to add another word, another pratyaya to it. Durvasana. Durvasana makes it bad smell. It is already rotten. Whenever I come to this topic, I am reminded of an early morning fight that I was a witness to. There were these two kids. They looked like homeless, and right around the corner where the temple where I used to deliver lectures, these two kids were fighting with each other like tooth and nail. One was over the other, holding them down, pinning them down. The other kicks him out, and it was like a spectacle. Early morning, 6 o'clock, and when they tried parting them aside, I said, "What are you fighting for?" So the fellow who was aggressive, he said, "This particular corner, ये अपन का है. This is mine." So they said, "There's nothing in this corner." So what are you talking? This entire corner where the trash is spread, this trash corner is mine. His is on the other street. And whenever, we are not supposed to cross each other. And this fellow always snatches my stuff from this trash. These are the rag pickers. It is their survival. Poor fellows are early in the morning picking from the trash. So what will be in their little sacks that they are carrying? Would there be anything glorious there? Say that again. सर जोर से बोलो ना यार, दो दो बार क्यों बुलवाते हो? You did not, because it was your wife's. She knows the value for it. It is after all trash. Now from our standpoint looking at it, what are you fighting for in trash? Our condition is also like that. We as a society have given value to certain things to such an extent that we do not even evaluate if that which we have given value to, is it essential or is it non-essential? Not realizing that it is non-essential, which is not even worth the time. All that we care about, in and out, is our focus is on these non-essentials. Do you want me to go into the details of the non-essentials? No, I was not asking permission. It almost sounds like you are giving me permission to say so. No. Isn't it obvious already where we are caught up in? How does it matter what somebody wears or what somebody doesn't wear? We talk about peer pressure among teenagers. खुद को संभालो यार पहले. What we find in the teenagers is just a mere reflection of what we see in the adults. Because the brand game starts from here. What kind of brand is worn, what kind of brand is carried, what kind of brand you drive in, what kind of locality. Swamiji, we are shifting home. Your two children, One is in ninth grade, the other one is in 11th grade, shifting to a new home which is about 1.5, 2 times bigger than this house. I can understand if you have like 3, 4 children and lot of guests coming and going. The present house is 4,000 square feet. No, 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 this is too small. Why? Because everybody in that group, again, there is nothing wrong acquiring. But acquiring because I have to make a statement to the rest of them, I have to match up to them. That mindset. I was in Delhi when I went to Sri Lanka. I went briefly. A single house in the location that I had gone to meet, that single house had 5 cars and there are only 3 people living. So I asked him, and I know him very well. So I said, "Bhai, 5 गाड़ियां लाए हैं, क्या करते क्या तुम लोग? What do you do with 5 cars?" So he said, one car is for going to the job. One car is for my wife. And that, घिसा पीटा एकदम टूटा फूटा, that is for my kid to learn. The kid is about 17, 18. For his learning practice. And the other 2 cars are for when we go to the parties to flaunt. I mean, in India, having uh, anything like I mean, even here having a Ferrari doesn't make sense. चलाओगे कहाँ यार? In India, somebody having a Ferrari, it doesn't make any. And he saw that my face or my expression, and his immediate comment was, "समझ आप नहीं समझोगे." If you are there in this situation, that is when it will hurt you. And sometimes it is not that I want it. It's my wife wants it, my child wants it, or somebody else wants it. Therefore, I have to succumb to the pressure. And then in that competition, whether we have it or don't have it, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But then we create the pressures out of it. When somebody has that kind of money, they flaunt around, that's fine. I know of so many that do not even have, but just because they have to rub shoulders with that kind of a society, they are into. When if we do not have a firm standpoint in our own mindset, if we do not stand up for a value, we will keep falling for anything and everything that passes by. And those becomes essential, those becomes the higher priority. The non-essentials turn to become priority. A whole life is lived only purely at a surface level of cloth. What kind of cloth, what kind of car, what kind of what is inside, hardly looked into. Now, such experiences, they look so hollow, and that hollowness is quite visible through their eyes. You don't even need to peek in. I love this statement that somebody made. I said, the body smiles through the lips, but the soul smiles through the eyes. And there is that vacant look, hollow look. Go deeper. There's so many layers that we have invented. This is self-inflicted. If these are the things that we are filling into the things that God has given us in the most pure form, are we not abusing what has been given? If you give your child iPhone, what is the latest one? 6? 6S Plus. Okay. Right? Okay, 6S Plus. You gave him a fresh new brand one. And this kid is using it in the, what do you call that? No, it is not couscous. Foosball? That little board thing. And he is using it instead of that striker to hit the. And when you look at your child using the iPhone 6S Plus in a foosball thing to hit the. Tell me your reaction, please. I would love to know. Put yourself in that situation and give me your sincere reactions. How would you feel? Unmanifest becomes manifest. लगा के दो खींचने का मन नहीं करता? Yes, no. And we say God is not benevolent? That He has given us the best of the equipment, and on consistent misuse, He still keeps providing. If your child does not fulfill the responsibilities, what do you do as the intelligent adult? I cannot hear. Can you list them, please? What are the things that you take away? So screens of different sizes are taken away. iPhone, iPad, TV, computer, so all different sizes screens are snatched away. I said, you fulfill this, then you will be given it. That too, you have to now acquire the trust. Therefore, we'll start with 10 minutes. Am I somewhere at that ballpark figure of how you treat? Has He ever treated us that way? ओए नालायक, इतनी अच्छी चीज दे रखी है, बेवकूफ, ला वापस, चुप, but does He ever do that? No. Maybe one day He will wake up. Vishuddha Atma. Shuddha Atma, that which can be purified, but then has the vulnerability to get impure with any turn or twist in life and experience. The agitations that get created in our mind. Vishuddhatma, that state, that sanctuary within, wherein the mind, in spite of the situations around, does not get agitated. It's available for positive, productive outlook. And one thing that we can start to reach to that level is in various scriptures it is mentioned as Trikarana Shuddhi. To align three instruments in that direction, in that channel, to channelize these three instruments. Thought, word, and deed have to be in one alignment. Established in righteousness. Because I get irritated, thought, पकड़ के मारूं उसको. Word, I'll beat you up. And then deed. No. Thought, word, and deed aligned in righteousness. That is called Trikarana Shuddhi. Meaning, to live with such conscious effort that what I think, what I say, and what I do, I check constantly if they are in the same alignment. Sometimes it is the action that makes a statement. Based on that, I have to change my mindset. Sometimes it is the mindset that is the triggering point. Therefore, the actions have to align to that mindset. It cannot be one module and say, I'll fit everything into this order. No, there can be variations. If somebody has come unannounced at your house, what is the thought process? There is something called phone. Okay. And what is the speech? Long time no see. And what is the action? Aajo. So here, what has to be changed and what has to be aligned to what? What is that? Don't open the door. Is that a real answer or पक्का लॉक कर दिया जाए? डोर को नहीं, आपको. And jokes apart, what is it that has to be corrected here? The mindset has to be changed. And accordingly, the actions have to align to that mindset. Right? Sometimes the mindset is correct. The actions don't align with it. There was this moment of inspiration and you wanted to donate something worthwhile. And you had only one, one leaf of check, and said, maybe I'll go home and then write it. So by the time you reach home, what happens to that? The action has changed, right? You don't feel like writing it. Or put one dot after a couple of zeros. So a doctor, after reviving somebody from a royal family, meets that meets that patient, and the doctor says, "Thank you," and the patient says, "Thank you very much, you saved my life. What can I do for you?" He said, "At that time when your life was hanging, whatever you thought you would give to me, give me 1/10 of it. मेरी जिंदगी बन जाएगी." When it comes to giving, the intention starts with good, but at the time of action, it doesn't align. I want to wake up in the morning and do exercise. Good intention. What has to match up to it? So sometimes it is the action that has to align to the mindset. Sometimes it is the mindset that has to change according to the action. One has to find that flexibility in application. But all three of them should be aligned in dharma. That is a good starting step for reaching to this Vishuddhatma. Now, for reaching to this Vishuddhatma, there is another prerequisite. If you have that, then this becomes easy. What is that? That we'll see next week. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.